everyone, Virgo Triad here. It is May 30th, 2018, and the shocking photos that you are looking at right now are the result of a product that has been on the market for a while called the Fasciablaster. Now, the person who actually created this Fasciablaster is named Ashley Black, and we're going to be talking about Ashley Black today because I have been researching this for a few days now at the request of several subscribers. And if you think these images are shocking, wait until you hear some of the other health issues that people have been having in addition to all of this terrible bruising that is created by the protocol that Ashley Black states that you need to be doing with this Fasciablaster. This is Ashley Black's website, ashleyblackguru.com. Now, I've been doing some research on Ashley Black herself, who claims that she is a pioneer in the industry of fasciology. However, there isn't actually a science behind this. And what Ashley tells you to do with her fascioblasters, which have been presented all over the place, including many talk shows and even the Kardashians, Keeping Up with the Kardashians reality show. But what she does is she has people purchasing these at approximately $89 a piece, mind you. But she has people putting a lot of pressure on their skin by rubbing these in any areas that you feel that you want toned up. So therefore, she claims that this gets rid of cellulite. Now, interestingly enough, apparently Ashley has no licensing and no medical degree, no science degree, no therapeutic masseuse knowledge. She is not licensed in any of these areas, and Ashley actually is out of the state of Texas, and I have checked on all of this. Ashley has been promoting this product for quite some time, and at this point we have two separate Facebook pages, one that has about 3,800 members and a second that has over 7,500 members that have been damaged by this product that Ashley has many different kinds of, many different sizes of, and has protocols for many different areas of your body. Now, for those of you that are not aware or have never had what would be considered a deep tissue and muscle massage, a lot of toxins are actually released from your body during the time that you have those deep tissue massages. And any well-trained masseuse or massage therapist will explain to you that you can actually get very sick from those toxins if you are under medical care. It's often suggested that you do not have deep tissue massages for that purpose. It can upset things like the potassium in your heart muscle should you have pressure points that are hit in the wrong area. It's certainly never a good idea if you are at risk for deep vein blood clots and this sort of thing, because any kind of rubbing vigorously like that can actually dislodge these blood clots and make them go to your lung or your heart or your brain, and of course that would create in some cases even death. So we have a situation here where there have been a lot of people that have actually been harmed by this product, and now these Facebook groups are trying to bring awareness to it. Unfortunately, I was unable to find really much of anything other than a lot of denial on behalf of Miss Ashley Black. Now, I am reporting this because it was asked of me. I didn't go out looking for this product to see whether or not I could find a situation that was a problem. This was turned into me last week. It was requested that I look into it. All of a sudden, I had this influx of a massive amount of emails and even several comments that you guys can see on my channel that are saying, here, please say something about this. Your channel deals with scams and fraud. So I felt like it was important that I do that. Now that I have done that, I am alarmed at what I am seeing. This is a website called inquisitor.com. This is some information with regards to the Fasciablaster, and they are in the process of a class action lawsuit. 10 individuals have come forward from those Facebook groups that are now looking at a class, or have filed rather, a class action lawsuit. Especially these people have talked about the massive amount of health problems that they have had, some of them extremely serious, and many people are following in line with regards to making statements against the Fasciablaster. Now, what I have actually found is that for the first few uses, it actually appears to almost everyone that it's working very well. Yes, there is some bruising, everyone says, but it's a small price to pay for what you get after the fact. It isn't until after they've used it a few or several times that usually into like what appears to be maybe the second month of using it, that they start noticing really severe health issues. And some of these really are issues that you would never suspect from doing something like massaging in this manner. There are also some health risks associated with the plastics that are apparently within the product itself. So here are some statements that have been made by an actual MD. And then there are some statements that have also been made that I'm going to show to you with regards to testimony of people that have used it. Now, if you want additional information on this and you want to read the entire article of everything I'm going to go over here, of course, I'm going to link all of the web pages into the description box below this video so you can take a look at all of it. If used incorrectly with too much pressure, the Fasciablaster can create more scar tissue and worsen pain. Okay, here's another quote. Prior to the events described herein, Elson had last undergone a test for anti-Mullerian hormone, AMH, which indicates ovarian age, i.e. overall fitness for fertilization at age 38, at which time her AMH levels were optimal. After blasting for only a short period in or around March of 2017, Ellison became very ill. She is a carrier of the Epstein-Barr virus and had successfully managed that condition with natural supplements, keeping flare-ups at bay for approximately 2 years before she began blasting. Immediately after blasting, however, she experienced an abrupt, aggressive, and painful flare-up of Epstein-Barr virus symptoms, persisting to the date hereof. On information and belief, blasting released and reactivated the dormant virus cells, which had previously been trapped benignly within subcutaneous fat cells, a conclusion which Elson and multiple health practitioners later reached after learning about other Fasciablaster users having had the same experience with cases of reactive Epstein-Barr, shingles, Lyme disease, etc. Okay, from the beginning, blasting would cause Javisto to feel foggy-headed, lethargic, and physically fatigued. She grew more and more ill, suffering constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, gas pains, heart palpitations, insomnia, anxiety, difficulty concentrating, blurred vision, vertigo, and severe headaches every day upon waking. Adding insult to injury, blasting caused her to gain 13 pounds, and she grew so inflamed and bloated that she appeared to have gained 30 pounds. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and thereon allege, that Fasciablaster has been and is dangerous and defective in its design and unfit to be used for any purpose by any person, and that defendants have been on actual and constructive notice of said unfit at all times, at all relevant times. On information and belief, the chemical composition of the plastic in Fasciablaster device includes more than 40% bisphenol, a BPA which can both mimic and antagonize estrogen in the body. Multiple scientific studies link BPA to endocrine system disruption. Dating as far back as 1997, studies have linked BPA effects to inter alia metabolic disease, thyroid disruption, neurological damage, interference with fetal and early childhood development, dopaminergic harms, attention deficits, and increased susceptibility to drug addiction and multiple cancers, most prominently breast cancer. Another person by the name of Gerlicke was admitted to the hospital for an overnight stay in order for doctors to stop internal bleeding. She was told that the burst blood vessel had caused a massive hematoma and internal bleeding in her pelvic region on the left side. After trying and failing to find any exterior bruising in the area, the ER doctors told Gerlicke that this is highly unusual, not something that they see often, other than after a violent collision. So after going through the Facebook pages, I have seen people who have released blood clots and suffered strokes. I have seen people that have fasciablasted themselves to the point that they are infertile. They have reported some highly unusual issues with regards to the thyroid gland and thyroid disease, in addition to problems with blasting on the carotid artery, and this creating some major problems as in terms of hypertension and the suggestion of the possibility of strokes through blood pressure going up really high and toxins being released in an area that could be very, very damaging. So while researching this, I wanted to make sure that I had all of the information that I could find that I could provide to you guys that would lead you to be able to follow the entire story. Now, there is a YouTube channel and on the Facebook pages that I was talking about, that I showed you at the beginning of this video. There is a situation that has to do with Ashley Black and her ex-husband. Now, her ex-husband is a surgical nurse who apparently was still with Ashley when she created the Fasciablaster. Since that time frame, he has come out and apologized for having any part of the Fasciablaster whatsoever, and is now one of the parties that is at least moderating, if not created, the one of the Facebook pages that is allowing people to come forward with their stories and health issues directly related to the Fasciablaster. And as you see here, BuzzFeed.com has done an article on it. Letitia Miranda, who is a BuzzFeed news reporter, did an actual article on November 21st of 2017 about the fact that an actual lawsuit that was working towards a class action lawsuit at the time had been filed against Ashley Black for gross negligence. And why I want to share this with you specifically is because I want for you guys to be able to go directly to this section right here. What this is going to do is actually provide you with the class action lawsuit that has been filed by these individuals against Ashley Black and against the holdings company that she has. And this, of course, shows you what the complaints are: false advertising, strict product liability, design defect, strict product liability, failure to warn. One of the places that I'm going to have an article linked to for you guys is actually to show you that a lot of people who purchased this when it was first out, and I guess for quite some time, had absolutely no warnings whatsoever on the product. Since then, a warning pamphlet has been sent out with the product. However, if you go and you take a look at the protocol videos that Ashley Black does, you're going to see that a lot of these things that have the absolute warning in with the product now, she actually says is not an issue. And one of those things is her talking, one of those videos has her talking about the fact that she doesn't believe that blasting on the carotid artery creates any problem. And there's proof of that within the actual article that's going to be linked in the description. Negligence per se, gross negligence, reckless misconduct, breach of express warranty, breach of implied warranty, fitness for a particular purpose, breach of implied warranty, merchantability, deceit, intentional fraud, defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, unfair business practices, false advertising. They go on and on and on, and there is a multitude of pages for you to take a look at here that will give you the full description on what the case entails, and you can read through it and see what your opinion is. Now, my purpose, once again, for doing this video is this. I am a person that believes that full disclosure is important. And what I'm finding with a lot of these protocol people, these gurus that do not have the education necessarily to actually be promoting what it is that they're promoting, i.e. Jilly Juice, Jillian Epperly, or Ashley Black here with the Fasciablaster. What we're seeing is this influx of individuals that are coming out of the woodwork and kind of making these wild and crazy claims of things that you can do, such as losing weight, if you take certain things, or curing, cancers, curing, in this case, cellulite, and really just using the public as guinea pigs without the public's knowledge. Now, one of the things that I'm trying to get across to you guys with regards to these gurus, I don't care whether it's Ashley Black as a guru, and she even calls herself that, or Jonah Bay as a guru, or April LeJeune as a guru, or any of the gurus whatsoever that you see that are not backed by education in order to do what they're doing. When things start popping up, red flags need to be popping up for you, as a matter of fact. When you start hearing things that are secret knowledge, or you start, hearing things that make you think for a second, why in the world would it be, out of all the medical information and everything else that is out there, that all of a sudden this person with no education whatsoever in the industry that they're promoting has the answer to everything? And you guys have got to start doing more research on the guru themselves, because more often than not, you find that the guru has a history. In this particular scenario, I want for you to be aware that you can get not just bruised like this person, but you can be hurt in a way that you cannot come back from. There are people that have had strokes due to this that are now having to have speech therapy in order to speak again. There are people, for example, that took Jillian Epperly's protocol of Jilly Juice and had 2 strokes, and now have to continue therapy because of those strokes. Guys, it's no different. Doing damage to your body, doing damage to your finances, or things that you do in terms of these crazy secret account gurus ending up getting you in legal trouble. This is your life. You have to become a little bit more apt to ask questions. And if you don't get the answers to those questions that are legitimate, that you can verify, step away from it. Okay? there have been many, many people in the past that have attempted to try different things in real clinical studies that have proven that this sort of rubbing vigorously on veins and areas that could potentially be problem areas for you from a health standpoint, it just increases the problems. There's a lot of medical information out there, if you've got a specific issue like thyroid disease, for example, that says if you are going to get massages, don't let them massage your neck, because any kind of deep tissue is going to create the release of toxins, which of course that could potentially create a risk factor in terms of thyroid disease or even thyroid cancer. So let's just take a moment and sit back and really look at what it is that is this spectacular new invention. And research not the invention first, but first research the guru. Then start looking at the reviews. Then start looking at what people are saying testimonial wise. Because whether you guys really realize it or not, there are people that with these ideas, with these things that they promote, that have false reviews, that have friends and family placing testimonials on them, that have friends that may be in Hollywood, for example, and be able to put them on a show like the Kardashians in order to blow things up and make things big and make it seem, oh, well, absolutely, if it's on the Kardashians, it's not going to be a problem. But look, it's a major problem. Using social media the way that people are right now is making it increasingly more difficult for people to stay safe. So that is my lecture on this. Now, with regards to the Fasciablaster, everybody do your own research and look at what I'm showing you. Okay? Take a look at what these people are saying before deciding to spend $89 plus shipping of your hard-earned money, and getting yourself into a lot of trouble from a medical standpoint and bruised up like this person. This is not abnormal. Even Ashley Black says herself that the bruising can be very extreme. So, for you guys that are interested in the product, all I'm asking for you to do is to take a good hard look at two things. One, Ashley Black's history, and two, what the people that have been harmed by it are saying. Don't fall for the hype, folks. It's getting people hurt and worse. All right, everyone have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.